Biking is not only good fun, but it's good for the environment too. More bike journeys usually means less car journeys, which in turn means that instead of riding in a car, you're getting exercise, which is good for you. It's also good to start young to get into the habit of using a bike. But of course, no one is suggesting that we just let young children straight out onto the road. Small children and large vehicles don't mix very well. So getting the right advice, being the right age, in this case over 10 years of age, and getting off-road practice is essential before children begin to ride on the road. So, where do we start? At risk of stating the obvious, with a bike. Whether you buy one privately or from a dealer, whether you're 7 or 70, the advice remains the same. The bike needs to fit the rider, so there are a few things to look for when you're trying one for size. If the rider stands over the bike, then they should be able to stand with both feet flat on the floor, with a minimum of 1 inch or 3 centimetres clearance between them and the bike. When sitting on the seat, the ball of each foot should be able to touch the ground like this. The seat height can be adjusted, but some seat tubes have a mark on them which indicates their maximum height. When the seat's adjusted correctly, the rider's leg should still be slightly bent when the pedal's at its lowest point. Finally, the rider should be able to reach the brake levers easily. What to wear is equally important. Cycle helmets protect the rider's head in a fall and could be the deciding factor in making the results of a fall slight instead of a serious injury. But making sure that the helmet is fitted and adjusted correctly is equally important to wearing it. When adjusted correctly, the helmet should not wobble on the rider's head. To make sure the strap is just right, you should be able to get a finger between the strap and chin. High visibility clothing comes in all shapes and sizes, jackets, belts and even flashing lights and fluorescent straps. But all of it has the same purpose, so the rider can be seen easily. The local bike shop is also handy for other accessories, such as lights, and for bike maintenance, it's the best place to go if you want really high standards of work. This is important if you need brake servicing. Having chosen a bike, we can now look at where is the best place to cycle with younger children. Just to repeat what we said earlier, we definitely don't recommend that children under 10 years of age cycle on the road, so we suggest that children can practice their skills with parents in the many off-road places available. For example, the local park usually has pathways suitable for cycling together. Also, many towpaths along the side of canals have been made suitable for cycling. However, if you're riding with very small children, then it's a good idea for the adult to ride nearest to the canal. Wiltshire Council has developed a number of dedicated cycleways throughout the county, which, being physically separated from the road, are ideal for riding with smaller children. Many of these cycleways are connected to what are called toucan crossings. These are like the better-known pelican crossings, but are specifically designed to allow both pedestrians and cyclists to cross the road together. Between 7 and 9, then this bit's for you. Just a few things you need to know before you go riding with your mum, dad or another adult you know. First of all, make sure your bike's adjusted so that it fits you. If you sit on the seat, your feet should be able to touch the ground like this. Your hands should reach the handlebars without leaning too far forward, and you should be able to pull on both brakes. This is very important because you do need to stop. We'll talk about stopping later. Because first, we need to start off. To start off, your pedal should be up like this. Think of 2:10 on a clock. Get it? Always look behind you, even in the park. You may need lots of practice before you can do it without wobbling, but that's what you're aiming for, a smooth start. Even riding in a straight line needs lots of practice when you first start riding a bike, so practice just riding along until you can do it without wobbling. How about stopping? You could just put the brakes on a skid to stop, but it's not the way to do it. To stop properly, you need to put both brakes on together. carefully and smoothly, like this. Practice until you get it right. If you practice enough, then when you need to brake suddenly, you probably won't skid and you won't fall off. Oh, and the other thing, your bike might have gears. If it does, find out which is the best gear for starting off and how to change gear. Let's have a final look at what you need to know. First, your bike. Remember, you've got to fit it and it has to fit you. Starting off, remember to look round every time. Stopping. Remember, no skidding, stop gradually and you won't fall off. Gears. If you've got them, get to know how to use them. Finally, practice all these things away from the road, on cycleways or in the park, and you can look forward to when you're older and you can learn how to ride in traffic. Right, off you go.